All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 79th and Halas Chicago Bears schedule special. It's really not too long. We're just gonna go over this schedule and you know what I'm saying? Give y'all a little idea what we think is gonna happen. How's it going over there in the other room in this house?
How's it going with you, nigga? You struggling over a team that was definitely about to beat us.
No, I'm not mad at this. I'm looking at my phone trying to retweet this. I don't give a fuck about this game.
Oh, it's good though. Good.
Twins
So,
lost today. I don't care. We don't lose no ground.
sure.
So anyway, so how's it going? How we feeling?
Um, I see a lot of folks ready to make predictions, brother. I don't know who this team is, so I can't speak on what they're gonna do. I don't. On top of that, I don't think I care. You know, in truth, it's more about, of course, the progression of the players. I said that last year too, but last year was even worse because I thought they had a competitive enough team, competent enough team to win 9 games. But of course, they didn't do that. But interesting schedule. It's not necessarily a tough schedule. It's like a middle of the road schedule. Your toughest opponents right off bat are going to be the Packers, the Patriots,
Well, let's just
Cowboys. So
let's just run through it before we kind of get like a breakdown or whatever. But I'm looking at the Bears team email they sent because we official. They have the preseason schedule lined out too. So preseason starts on August 13th, which is a Saturday. They'll be hosting Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Then there are the other two preseason games on August 18th, August 27th. Both of those on the road against Seattle Seahawks and Cleveland Browns. And then the 17 game schedule, we just gonna go through. We're just gonna name the 17 games and then we'll, go like a little game by game. We're not gonna do like a breakdown because we don't even know how rosters are gonna look, things of that nature. After this, we'll just like talk about key matchups and what wins on paper right here in May that we think could potentially happen. But season starts off Sunday, September 11th at the crib at Soldier Field. It's gonna be the San Francisco 49ers. So probably be Trey Lance. Maybe they don't give up on Jimmy G. I don't know. He ain't been traded yet. Trey Lance will be there. Then first home game, first national TV game, primetime game will be Sunday Night Football the week after in Green Bay, which I'm tired of us playing the Packers on national TV. Like I'm really sick of it. Like
it's
it's really only a rivalry. Actually, let's go game by game. We'll talk about before we get to that. Let's talk about the Niners game instead of me doing it that way. Let's go about the Niners. I'm holding my microphone like JJ Reddick because I've been watching this podcast.
well, first week, you got the 49ers, and right off, well, it's interesting. I wonder if the Debo drama will be subsided by then. I don't know.
I think
Is it,
resolved was the look at what was the words you were looking for.
subsided means it's over.
I know what that means, but I think resolve was words you listen for.
Except I wasn't thinking that. I was thinking of subsided, such as when calamity or a wave subsides. It's a calamity of drama, nigga. I know what I'm talking about, brother. You just got to this house, brother. Don't make me kick you out.
Nigga, ain't nobody worried about you, bro.
Anyway, week one 49ers. I think this is definitely a rating. First of all, NFL's a business. Everything's going to be ratings driven, but this has a great storyline to it. Drafted in the same draft. One QB drafted before the other. You got one who was a standout at a smaller college in a smaller division in the NCAA versus the D1 athlete, huge prospect coming out of Georgia, transfers to Ohio State, has a Heisman-esque season.
You were really hyping this up with the all you need is the NFL Films music right now for what you're doing.
I mean, but that's what I can see happening. Every single advertisement for this game is not going to include anybody else but Trey Lance and Justin Fields. You may get is as great as Debo is, who is clearly the best player on that team. It's going to be Trey Lance and Justin Fields. Now, of course, there's the real possibility that Jimmy G is the starter. I don't think so, but Jimmy G could still be starting. But it seems like this is Trey Lance's year. Of course, minicamp, training camp, all those things will decide. The preseason will decide that. But right now, you have a perfect template for these two second-year players right now, ready to make that leap. So it's pretty interesting for me personally. I think that's a pretty way to sell the game. I think it's going to be some sloppy football. That's what I think. Mainly coming from the Niners. I think because this is Trey Lance. How many games did Trey Lance play last year
He
starting.
hasn't played. He didn't start one.
He did start a game. What you mean? Jimmy G
No,
was
he
out.
did. Okay, he only started one though. He
Trey
only
Lance,
started one game last year.
Trey Lance has starting experience, my brother.
One start.
He has 2 starts.
Okay, same shit.
2 starts.
Continue
So,
with your point.
I mean, my point is done. My point is done. So
Oh,
it's
okay.
just, I think right now you're going to see probably Trey Lance go through the. Trey Lance played and appeared in 6 games, started 2. You're going to see him go through more rookie pains, even though he's not a rookie, he's a second-year player. But I think you're going to see him go through the rookie pains, unless he just comes out the gate killing, which is it's a possibility always. I don't think it's a strong possibility, but I think it's a possibility. I think he'll go through the pains that Justin Fields went through last year, which is trying to adjust to being the leader of an offense that was not created around you. You know, so I'm intrigued to see. I mean, Justin Fields has what, 10 games of starting
10
experience,
starts under his belt.
10 starts, like 12 games, and so like 2,000 yards passing, something like that. I think it's a very good.
Look at the fans of Philadelphia walking out. You know, it's wouldn't be a barbershop podcast if we didn't get off topic.
If we didn't get off topic, of course.
I'm finna troll Trav. We was talking shit this week. Anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, but yeah, so I mean,
would you mark this in a winnable column? I think what we gonna do, we gonna label these winnable, or we don't have a chance.
That's a good way to put it. Winnable, not that they're going to win.
Yeah, this is winnable or don't have a chance.
You know, I'm gonna tally it live in the winnable column, and I'm just gonna put like a single dash for wins, and we'll go from there. But I think this is winnable. As of right now, that's 1 win for me. This is 1 in the winnable column. 1 in the winnable column.
Yeah,
because the next one ain't winnable, brother.
One at a time. One at a time. Broham. One at a time.
I am your conscience.
I will mark this under winnable. I definitely will mark this under the winnable thing because number one, I'm not scared of Trey Lance. And let's just put this out the way right now. I've been saying this since it happened.
Tweez, we coming for you, brother.
Yeah,
we coming for you.
Tweez tweeted me every time they gonna whoop us. No, you're not.
Whoop them. We are not the Bears.
Yeah, like first of all, let's be very clear on something. I'm gonna always say we. I don't care how far I make it in this media game. It will always be me when it comes to my Chicago teams. So screw you. But anyway, like I was saying, this isn't a winnable. I'm not worried about Trey Lance's noodle arm. I'm really not. I think that if you think it, what are you talking about? Oh, you talking about double. So like if you look at with this, and first of all, I out of all the young quarterbacks who were drafted, I have the least faith in Trey Lance. I have more faith in Zach Wilson. I just don't trust projects from no-name schools. And I understand that Shanahan is an offensive guru or whatever, but I understand that Jimmy G is not good enough to win a Super Bowl. We all know this. Trey Lance is not a better quarterback than him. And this is a team that's in a situation.
The game, what do we call the games that they're probably not going to win? Potential loss?
Potential loss.
Okay.
Potential win, potential loss. We have no shot. No, Redzone. We'll call it Redzone Sunday.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's called. So for those of y'all scoring, we're gonna put the audio. Are we gonna put the audio of this up on the feed?
Sure.
It's your call. Yeah, put the audio up on the feed. Even if you're not watching the stream right now on YouTube and on the Twitter. And you know one thing that will throw you off about when you're recording on stream, y'all, like I have the eyes that says 0, but what I learned is that's only off
literal stream.
Yeah. A literal stream off the Twitter. We don't know who's watching on YouTube right now.
No, it's 14 people on Twitter. It's not the Twitter one.
Okay, 14 on Twitter. So I don't know how many is on YouTube right now, but it's different counts. But anyway, we're gonna put the audio if you didn't catch it, and if you didn't catch this, the video will be on the YouTube. But anyway, so we're gonna score it as possible win.
Winnable, probable loss, red zone. This is the count 1,
and we're gonna do the live count. So this one you can.
I gotta physically type this in. So if you hear, that's me.
Yeah, so I will go with this one's winnable. Like I was saying, he's the one I don't trust the most. Like if you look at the Niners situation, I mean, yes, they're in win now mode, and we all know that Jimmy G is not going to win you a world championship. Trey Lance ain't win you no world championship, and let's just say I'm wrong. Let's just say Trey Lance does become a good quarterback, right? It's going to take him a couple years, and for the window they have, is that really? Can you really wait on him? We don't know what's gonna happen on the Debo situation. The defense is good now, but as we've known in the past, defenses can get old very quickly. So that's to me is why the Bears have an opportunity to win this. You're gonna be at home. It's gonna be a nice packed crowd. First, and it's first time, but Justin Fields is coming in with an actual game plan. He didn't have a game plan all last year, and I know a lot of people were upset about we never did do the draft recap podcast. By the way, it's been such a blur the last 2 weeks.
Yeah,
We
glad to be home.
personally had a lot of stuff going on. I was working on a commercial last week. I was working like 60 hours in 5 days. We did the draft, so we apologize, man. We could just talk. We actually talk about the draft on this episode since we're here, but
I don't think so. I got stuff to do. Hurry up.
You ain't got nothing to do, nigga. You trying to go in there and sleep anyway. But my point is, I know everybody is upset about what happened in the draft. But not everybody. Some fans are coming around, especially with the receiver tip. But it's really about the system. What's Luke Getsy's system gonna look like? Is the system alone gonna make Justin Fields look better? So that alone, you put this in his first game, even if the Niners are gonna be good, this is gonna be Trey Lance, first season as the guy. You can hop on him right now early. You know what I'm saying? My only question is I don't know exactly what the Bears defense will look like since they're gonna be in a new scheme, but I'll chalk this up as winnable.
That's one winnable.
Winnable.
Next
now,
game, of course, is the Packers Redzone, nigga.
Now hold on. Now the next game is
it's the Packers.
Nigga, relax. The next game is our first primetime game of the year on Sunday Night Football in Green Bay. And before we get to that, I just wanted to say I'm tired of us being on national TV with the Green Bay Packers. This Packers-Bears rivalry is only a rivalry in name. Let's just keep it a buck. They've been whooping our ass for the last I don't know how long. And I'm tired of it. We're going to hear the same narrative about Bears quarterback roles, and they're going to be all up on Rodgers on this as we get blown out. So yes, this is definitely in the red zone column, even though when this game is being aired, you won't be able to watch red zone because red zone will be off because it's Sunday Night Football.
That's true.
But we'll put it in the red zone.
It's still a good way to describe it. This is a red zone game. This is a red zone game. This is a go play FIFA for me. I don't know.
This is
it could be a go play FIFA for me, nigga. I'm gonna be at the game.
Yeah, right. Oh, we're going. Actually, we do need to hit that game up.
I'm going, brother.
I'm going too, nigga. What you talking about?
Next game.
I'm not going when in December. But anyway, next game is at the crib against the Houston Texans. Now, this is a big game because this will be Lovie Smith's first time at Soldier Field since he got fired 10 years ago, which I did not think about that. This will be his first trip here back to Soldier Field. I'm going to mark this under winnable.
I'm going to probably say winnable. That's 2 for winnable. I don't think this is anything like where the Texans have anything that's just like
the Texans there's
the it. With the Packers, there's an it factor. The it factor is Aaron Rodgers, whether you like it or not. And regardless of who he plays with, there's a chance for him to turn it around. So
yeah, I'm gonna put this one as extremely winnable. Not only am I gonna put it as extremely winnable, they will win this game. I believe the Texans are not a good football team. They're going to be god awful. They'll probably have the number 1 draft pick next year. So I am going with this one. Not only extremely winnable, but I do think this will be one of the Bears' 6 wins. And there you go. Nice plug. Patreon.com/Barbershop Network. Next game, we start a 2-game road trip. First of 2 trips to the Meadowlands in New Jersey. The Bears will be going to MetLife to play the New York Football Giants. I am going to mark this one as winnable.
Yeah, I don't see how you cannot think this is winnable. The Giants are just a crappy franchise being headed by idiots. We'll see if I still have hopes for Saquon. I want him to do well, but it's been a rocky career. Probably his first year is the only year that he had sustained success.
He's done.
I hope not, but we'll see.
Done. He gonna be. I was gonna say something, but I can't say that.
This is live. We can't edit it, so don't.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it, but a certain running back we saw at the draft.
Yep. All right, moving on to the next one.
Yeah, so that's a winnable one for me. So the next one will be the next road game will be in Minnesota. First game against the Vikings. It's the Vikings, so this is gonna be winnable.
I'm going potential loss.
To the Vikings?
Didn't they sweep the Bears last season?
Yeah, because we jagged both games.
They jagged both
I
games.
mean, y'all, you can count, correct me anytime. We jagged the games.
They jagged both games. This is a
We
potential
jagged the
loss.
games.
They didn't sweep the Bears. It's not everything. If I was in charge of sports books, I would have the Vikings as the favorite. Probably like a -3.5 favorite.
I ain't say they shouldn't be the favorite. I'm
Or
putting it
-2.5.
under a potential win. Because anytime the Kirk Cousins is on the field, that gives you a chance to win. So I'm going with that for that one. Next game is the Bears' second primetime game. Will be at the crib
I
Thursday
don't know
night
why they're giving the Bears
football
as many primetime games, but
because they're the
whatever.
Chicago Bears, man.
I
They're the
guess.
Chicago Bears. Why are the Knicks always on TV? Because they're the Knicks. We're the
That's true.
football Knicks. I said this 3 years ago, and y'all got mad at me. They're the football Knicks. This is why they're on national TV. So this will be at the crib Thursday night football. The first Amazon Thursday night football, of course, will be Al Michaels and Kirk Herbstreit on the call. We'll be going up against the newly minted Washington Commanders. Carson Wentz will be in Soldier Field. And that's another game. I'm going with another potential winner.
You capping? Do you
I'm
see
going with
this
another,
roster?
bro.
That man, delusion setting in.
Who's the quarterback?
Carson Wentz ain't no awful, god awful quarterback.
Carson Wentz put up one of the worst QB ratings in that last game last year where they lost to the
He
Jacksonville
had a good
Jaguars.
season though. This ain't the this
He
ain't the
had
good
an
season.
okay season. He had a good season. The coach wouldn't let him walk.
No, it's just he's an inconsistent player when it comes to crunch time. We know, you know that. You know when it comes to playoffs, that's just not his. That's not his realm. The
Carson Wentz
Eagles
is a
didn't
bad
get
quarterback.
when the Eagles got to playoffs. It wasn't him there. That was
No, but
Nick
I'm not
Foles.
talking about. No, I'm not talking about. He's worse than he was in Philly.
Sure.
He's not a good quarterback. And by the way, just because I said potential win, I didn't knock this down among my wins. I only got one surefire win right
Probable
now.
losses. I think we're gonna win, but there's some chance to
No,
win there.
no, that's not probable loss. I look at probable losses. You're probably going to lose that game. I don't look at this as we're probably going to lose this game.
Luckily, I'm controlling this, so nothing you can do
So
about
what
it.
you just not you just say forget my tally.
We got your tally in our heads, in our hearts and minds.
So basically this is just your tally.
This is my tally.
So what's the point of having this on the screen?
As I was saying, moving on now to the Patriots game. The Patriots are
That's
the
Monday
Bears.
Night Football.
Like enough. It's back to back prime time.
Monday
We
Night
don't need
Football.
this.
2 days for
We're
my
gonna have
birthday.
that as Redzone. It's a loss.
That's Redzone.
That's a loss. That
Second
is
year
a
Mac
loss.
Jones.
Yeah.
What do you think Mac Jones is gonna do in the second year?
I think
Because
he
now there's
surprised.
film on him. There's film on him.
Exactly.
And I always say second year quarterbacks is when you really see who's who, who's what. Because now there's film. Remember, Mitch snuck up on niggas his second year. Really his first year
Oh yeah,
starting.
that was the second year. That's right.
His first year starting. 2019 came when you had niggas like Trevon Williams talking about we want him to be quarterback. So I'm interested to see what he's going to do, what Mac
It's
Jones
like
going to do.
with Peyton Manning, his first year was 26 touchdowns, 28 interceptions. Next year was 26 touchdowns, I think 14 or 15 interceptions. That was an indication that okay, he's taking the next step. Next year, I think he threw like 35 touchdowns, like 15 interceptions. So he just started climbing. That was an indication. You had film, but it didn't matter because I'm getting better and better. So with Mac Jones, I don't know. I think Mac Jones is a smart quarterback, and he has a smart coach who knows how to enable those best traits in him. So they have a good defense. They have a solid. They know how to utilize the running game, and they know when to use Mac Jones and when not to. So unless the Bears are able to explode, we'll see what Eberflus does and how he's able to utilize Betsy in the offensive side of the ball, and also Allen Williams in the defensive side of the ball. Are they going to be able to adapt? But right now, that's a red zone game for me. Even though, of course, it's prime time, red zone is not going to be available. But I'm going to go red zone.
It'll be a red zone game for me because even if Mac Jones is mid, that defense is gonna be legit. Bill Belichick's gonna have that defense ready, and he's gonna be on the road in Foxborough. I'm putting this as a red zone game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Next games, and by the way, that's the last of the three what's it called national TV games. So we get it out the way in the first couple weeks, which is good. Week after that, the Bears go to Jerry World in Dallas. against the Dallas Cowboys. I'm going that as probably a loss.
Probable loss.
Probably lost.
Probable loss.
I don't like what the Cowboys did this all season. They
No,
really didn't help Dak at all.
no,
But they'll still be better. They'll still be good enough to beat the Bears, especially at their crib.
no. Yeah, I'm gonna go probable loss. I just think they have enough talent, enough skill players to beat the Bears. My only issue with the Cowboys is them getting rid of Amari Cooper. I didn't really understand it. But you know, you gonna
And
do
at
what you
first it
Jerry
looked
gonna do
like,
what he does.
yeah, pretty much. Jerry gonna do. First we look like, oh, he's bogus. It's in Cleveland. Then he got that. Then he got nasty, man. Like, oh man, you got somebody to throw to him. So
Exactly.
yeah, so we both agree on that one. Then the Bears come home for 2 games. The first one they play the Miami Dolphins at the crib. It'll be Tua and the guys, Jalen Waddle, and Tariq Hill. I'm gonna go that as probably lost, even though I believe Tua sucks. And I do believe that'll be a game where, Kyler, Brisker, and Bojack and Jalen get busy. But I don't think that we've got anything for that defense. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's probably a lost game.
I've added that to my winnable game. I've also added the next one because it's the Lions as a winnable game.
Yeah,
So there are two.
anytime with the Detroit Lions is winnable game. I'm putting that as a winnable game.
Those are winnable games. Right now, I'm sitting at 5 winnable, 3 proper losses, 2 red zones. That
Yeah.
is, sorry, excuse my PlayStation 5 in the background. But
Why you
I'm
said
going,
that? Why you said it like you the only? Well, you are the only nigga in this house with one, but still.
just
What
keeping
you think I sold them all?
just, just keeping the streets aware.
Anyway,
Next game,
uh, next game,
Falcons.
two games in a row at Atlanta. That's a game I cannot wait to go to. I will be in Atlanta. Atlanta welcome me. It's been almost 10 years. Onyx, I will be there. Magic City Wings, I will be there. It's been a long time, and that's a game Pav said he's coming with us because it's the A. So I'm looking forward to being at that one. This is a probable win. We're going against Marcus Mariota. We're going up against Pineapple Pat White. I'm this is a probable. This is a win right here. I'm going with this one right. The Falcons stink.
Yeah, just one of the most. I don't understand the draft strategy. I'm not drafting Kyle Pitts that high. Even though last year, I still have
With
not
all those
gotten over.
quarterbacks available.
That's a ghetto bird.
That's what it sounds like. As somebody who lives in the city where the ghetto bird wakes
Yeah,
you
that's the
up,
ghetto bird.
that's the ghetto bird outside. For our Caucasian listeners and watchers, the ghetto bird
Is a police
is a
helicopter.
term for a police helicopter.
Police helicopter. Yeah, that bad boy's in a holding pattern. So
That means
probably somebody's over here.
That means they're looking for a nigga. But anyway, so yeah, we both got that as a probable win. Then they play the New York Jets, which is gonna be an interesting game. Two young quarterbacks. It's another young quarterback battle between Zach Wilson and Justin Fields. Zach Wilson has a lot of
That boy's got
weapons.
a lot to prove.
He got a lot to prove because he's got weapons. He's
Yeah.
got weapons to rebuild that defense. He's got him a number one receiver in Garrett Wilson. But with
They
that being
drafted
said,
well.
they drafted well. They had my favorite draft at everybody. And then the Giants had a good draft too. But the Jets had the best draft to me. With that being said, I don't fear Zach Wilson. I'm putting that as
I think the best way for them to get better with Zach Wilson is to let him do more. I mean, he has like 4 more starts than Justin Fields and only has like 200 more yards. It'd be 3. And it's not because he's not capable. I'm saying Justin Fields is just better. It's his usage. Even Justin Fields was allowed to do more than he was, whereas they seem to like coddle Zach Wilson. And I didn't necessarily understand that, just in my point of view. So if they're able to allow him just to be himself, and if he loses, he loses, and if he doesn't, he doesn't. You just got to be able to let him, do what he's supposed to do. I think he's got like maybe 80 more passing attempts than Justin Fields. So it's just not enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially in that 3-game spread, I want to see you get 30 more a game. On top of this is 2022. So that is a probable win for me.
Okay.
That's 7.
That's 7 probable wins. Next game at the crib, final game against Green Bay. I'm gonna move that from red zone to probably lost just because we're home.
Okay, that's fair.
Just because we're home, it's not on prime time. I'm just gonna move that to a probably loss.
That's fair. That's fair. That's
That's
fair.
fair.
I
And
think
by
so.
the way, I'm really interested to see how they're gonna play because Aaron Rodgers gonna be throwing the Mariano's baggers this year too.
A lot of the niggas he made were Mariano's back. I'm interested to see what Devontae Adams does. Or
Yeah,
was he made by Aaron Rodgers?
he's still gonna ball out. Let's not disrespect Devontae.
We'll see. We'll see. Hey, I'm just saying. Next game, of course, is the week. I hate these late. I hate a late bye week. Week 14 bye
Week
week.
14.
That's nasty. That's nasty. Week 14 bye week. But next week after that is December 18th versus the Eagles. That is a regularly scheduled 12 noon game. I'm going to put that as winnable for the Bears because I'm not sure in Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts has had plenty of time to prove that he has something there, and he has good receivers this year. He has good receivers. There's really no reason for him to fail unless he's not the guy. If he's
Yeah,
not the guy, he's just not the guy. But as of right now, I think that he has enough talent with him that there's no more excuses. Right now, who you looking at? AJ Brown, Devontae Smith. That's good.
yeah, that's good. Yeah,
Dallas
that's
Goddard
good.
is retired. That's good.
Yeah, that's a good one. Like I said, I think he trash. Let's just keep
I'm
it
going
real.
to go. It's a winnable game. So that's eight
I'll
winnable
put it as a
games.
winnable game because I don't think Jalen Hurts is good, and also we're at home.
Yeah.
So I'll put it as a winnable game that we see. I see a pattern in the schedule that we're gonna get into in a minute. But then
Oh,
whoo,
woo. Yeah, brother, I
look,
didn't even
man,
say a
hey man,
word.
look
Just know
at
if
the
you
crib
look down here, it's Redzone 3.
at the crib. It's Christmas Eve. I'm just gonna say this: enjoy your Christmas Eve
Yeah.
because Josh Allen is coming to town and he gonna whoop our ass for Christmas.
Yeah.
That might be
All,
a three
all
pick
I'm thinking is
Justin
a
game.
Jackson 5 Santa Claus coming to town with Josh Allen replaced in the hook. And it's going to be him bringing touchdowns and destroying the defense. I'm really interested to see what those rookies, because that's Josh Allen is a quarterback who's going to pick on some rookies. And this would be the perfect time for him to pick on rookies. The only person now you got the veterans back there in Eddie Jackson and Jalen Johnson, but now you're gonna be sitting there literally on the opposite side of the field. You're gonna have two rookies. You're gonna have Jalen Brisker, and you're going to have what is this nigga's name?
Kyler,
Uh, Kyler. Sorry, literally forget it. Kyler Gordon. That's
look, nigga, it's gonna be nasty. It's gonna be nasty. It don't matter about the weather. Them niggas playing Buffalo.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
gonna be no rubber on.
yeah. I'm gonna count that as a absolute loss. Next game.
Next game. Next game here is okay. It will be bringing in the new year, and the best city to bring in the new year, Detroit, Michigan, against the Detroit Lions. And of course, like we've always said, anytime Detroit Lions on the field, possible win.
Yeah, that's a probable win. Probable win. Now this is
Probable
not
win.
us. It's not us guaranteeing the Bears are going to win because I don't do that. I don't even make promises to my wife, in the words of Michael Jeffrey Jordan. But I'm going to go. Yeah, I'm going to go winnable. It's the Lions. I don't
It's
know
the
what the
Lions.
Lions are doing. You know, I don't know what the Lions are doing. I don't, and it seems like I've said that every single year. Oh, what are they going to do? I don't know, but I think that's a. I'm going to assume that's a probable win for them, and I think that's pretty easy to say.
And the last game is a tradition like none other, and that's the Bears ending the season against the Minnesota Vikings. I swear this has been going on for like 5 years now. But
Yeah.
unlike that, this one will be at home. This will be a game between two teams who will be preparing for the draft. The two teams who are preparing against the draft for the draft. This is a probable win. I keep telling you, I don't care about Kirk Cousins.
I put this in the probable win. One of them I just have a probable loss. The other one is winnable. So right now we're sitting at 10 probables, 10 winnable games, 4 probable losses, and 3 red zone games, which we think are absolute losses. And I think that's fair to say. I don't think that we're stretching it or we're being too hard. I think Bears fans have an inclination to either be too optimistic. Oh man, Poles finna do great. Just let Poles work, man. Y'all too negative. To I can't believe the Bears did. This is how in the world do you get rid of a scout who's been here this long? That type of thing. And it's like there's a middle ground. Middle ground is I get he was loyal. We're talking about the scout who the Bears fired. I get he was loyal. He was in the organization for a long time. Perhaps him being in the organization that long was the problem in of itself.
Yeah.
That's the middle
Now,
ground.
I agree with you. And if you look at the schedule right here, so we've got 10 possible wins, 4 possible losses, and 3 red zone games. These are solid odds for a team, and that's the good thing about being bad. You get a third place schedule. A lot of winnable games. Now it's football. We don't know how this season is going to go. We don't know what the roster is solidified, what it's going to look like. Injuries coming to play. We have no idea.
Yeah,
but I
we don't.
will say,
what if Darnell Mooney takes the next step?
yes.
What if Velus Jones turns out to be a good number 2 option? What if Cole Kmet takes the next step? Then we're saying, okay, what if Justin Fields comes into his own? Then if Justin Fields becomes a good quarterback, this whole team is on a different trajectory. That's the truth.
I think something. I was watching Cap show.
How about you get off your phone, nigga?
I'm trolling.
And pay attention to the audience.
I'm paying attention to. I'm paying attention. I can troll and comment at the same time. Multi. I'm trolling Isaiah, telling him that Dylan Caesar's back to being a bum slayer, and I'm also trolling Trav about him. The Sixers just being limited. And I was gonna leave Trav alone, but he started talking about Zach LaVine the other day, and he said, I said, y'all gonna be joining. He said, and I said something like, leave him alone. He was like, but y'all covering the NBA draft too? That's the last time y'all be talked about. I was like, okay, I'm gonna remember that. So I can do 2 things at once. But yes, I was watching Cap show. So shout out to Cap. And he had Waddle on there today, and he's like, yeah, this team is gonna be bad. I'm thinking 3-4 wins. And Waddle had the best comment. He said, well, if you have 3 to 4 wins, that means your quarterback stink.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm thinking 6-7 wins at the most. But if Justin takes that, let's say Justin's one of the quarterbacks where, he makes bum receivers look good, then that's awesome. That's awesome. And I don't care about a top 10 pick at that point. If Justin go out you, get you 8-9 wins, and he's throwing the niggas who do the cashier work at Jules. And I really think it's going to be, I think what you're going to see a lot this year, and we don't know, they might sign a veteran receiver. I'm not counting on it, but they could sign a veteran receiver. But what I think you're going to see a lot this year from Getsy's offense is you're going to see the running backs get involved a lot. I think you're going to see Khalil Herbert get more in the passing game. I think you're going to see David Montgomery used more. The offensive line, if the offensive line is good, that opens up a lot. Velus Jones, I think, is going to be used in both of those, in catching and wide receiving. And
that's the same thing.
I mean, catching and running, my bad. You know what I mean? In the Tariq Cohen role. That's what I think. And also, I think he's sorry, but Cole Kmet has a big opportunity this year because I think they're going to actually use him.
Quiet as kept, he had a fine year last year.
Huh?
Like, if you just look at pure stats and not like grading him as intensely as you should, his year was fine. It was nothing crazy, but it wasn't bad either. That's the funny part. The main issue is he wasn't the red zone target. Like, they did not even consider him in the red zone. It was, I'll put Jimmy Graham in there, put the other one who Justin threw a touchdown to against the Raiders. I forgot his name. Jasper Horsted?
He's cut. Jasper Horsted got cut.
Yeah, I'm talking about last year.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I think there's going to be different ways to get this offense potentially moving. So I'm really interested to see, because I really feel like Poles is like 2 things that stood out to me about since the draft that I thought about. One, me and Mikey was talking about today, the wide receiver. First of all, next year's draft is going to be a real heavy offensive draft. There's going to be about 4 quarterbacks available for quarterback needy teams. And this wide receiving draft upcoming is going to be deeper than the one we just had. So I'm thinking Poles is like, look, let's see if I believe in the scheme can make us better, that the Nagy scheme was just that bad, that just a new scheme would change things. And then we can get a top 10 pick and actually get us a receiver that I feel like will be better than the guys that's available right now. So I think that's going to be something to watch. But for Bears fans, enjoy this stress-free football. Now, of course, we're Bears fans. We're going to be angry when they lose. Like, it's just that's just Bears fandom.
I forgot what game you were at when you were just livid.
Was
it when you were there? We were in Pittsburgh.
I think it was a Niner game.
Was it Pittsburgh?
No, I wasn't Pittsburgh. I was laughing at the Pittsburgh game. I didn't care about the
They
Pittsburgh game
came
because
back, so I don't think you were laughing.
no, I was laughing at the Pittsburgh game because how Justin looked. I didn't care about the Pittsburgh game.
Fair.
The game I laughed at Baltimore too. The game that made me mad was probably the Niner game. I think it was.
Mm.
Remember Debo ran off like that 95-yard touchdown.
That's right.
That's
That would make
what I
sense.
think it was.
That would make sense. But
Yeah. So that's what we got for y'all, man. I think it's going to be interesting. OTA start next week. We will be in the building for one of them days because they're not making the media available for all of them, but the one day that I will be in town for next week will be at that practice. We'll hit y'all with a little video, get y'all a little behind the scenes background what's going on, man. So the schedule's out. Before you know it, man, training camp's like 2 months away.
yeah, you know and it says that the only dates open to the media are 17th.
Yeah, we'll be there on that day.
Every other day, because it's the 16th and the 17th. Yeah. So that's Monday and Tuesday. Monday's not open to the public or not open to the media. But 17th, me and Scott will be there. That's like from it's 2, and then
like
you have
10 to 2:30.
Huh?
It says 10 to 2:30 on there, right?
No, it says 10 to 2:15 is when offensive coordinators, offensive assistant coaches. And if I know anything with the Bears, is we're gonna be there for a minute. So we'll see.
I ain't got nothing to do. So we're going to do that. I'll give you information on that. On another scheduling note, I will be doing a live episode of I'm Not Going to Hold You tomorrow because I got some things to say about the NBA playoffs. And it's been a while since been about 2 weeks since I did one. So check that out tomorrow. But that's all we got for y'all, man. Get y'all a little live show. So that's our little immediate initial reaction of the 2022 schedule. And yeah, man, we back in a couple months. So whenever something pop up.
Well, hello.
Yes, sir.